Message from Dr. Wells. He'd like to congratulate.
Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive... You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested...
Message from Dr. Wells. He'd like to congratulate.
You'll need to speak with... Cascadia those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. Highly
If
aggressive.
we don't put a stop
You'd have
to
to
the
be a
board,
lunatic to
they're
land
going
in
to drive this
Cascadia.
colony toward
And
a
I'm
complete
reasonably
societal
certain I
collapse.
tested. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch.
Message from Dr. Wells. He'd like to congratulate.
You'll need to speak with...
No,
Cascadia
those
Monarch
chemicals
is a
to
hotbed
revive the
of
Hope
political
colonists.
activity.
If I can't imagine
you'll
why
have to be a
Harold set up
lunatic to
shop
land
there
in
to drive this
Cascadia.
colony toward a
I'm
complete
reasonably
societal
certain I
collapse.
tested. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch. You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka. Frequents the drinking once you have every... Best of luck.
Captain, an unusual wavelength is coming through Monarch's aether wave frequencies.
The eternal is in us all. The OSI would have you believe. A man who works in the mines of Hephaestus, coating his lungs in mercury dust for not but a few bits of... When he dies young,
That was... I am inclined to... How can... What part of the colony would you like to dis... Where in Monarch? How can I be of assistance? Goodbye.
I don't think I like this place one little bit.
We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
Can we talk?
Destination reached. The groundbreaker. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of... The unit is a cleaning set. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify Sam. Certainly, Cap. What would you like to... I used to hate math, but then I realized... Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle. Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified... As you wish. Destination reached. The groundbreaker. Good luck, Captain.
Captain. Hey, Captain.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my...
Hey, Cap. Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennis... I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you... Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want...
Customs and inspection, right this way!
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until...
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now... You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines... Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't have... If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have... Not gonna lie, you're in a pickle. But, Udom's an, interesting guy. Huh, records show this ain't... Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay. Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not... A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. Mutt, is there anything else The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. Make sure... Most play... I gotta... You need anything else? Maybe. Too big a... Most of those... Commandant Sanita might have... Chief Junlei...
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's...
Happy to help. That's my job, after all. Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. They strip the parts from derelict ships. Some they're on. Are you pulling? You must goes like a bunch. Glad to help. All right. Most places are on the. I gotta. You need it. Be seeing.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists.
Look out, Cap. You're hurt. Okay, keep him quiet.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed? Talk to your local manager about applying for military training and let...
Purple Berry Crunch, Triple Gel Flakes, and Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow.
It's just me. Bless my heart. A strange... You here for a particular reason? Or did the name... Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. Now, I only have the one nav key. and they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. She sent me a recording of a curious thing. You've got a if you should find the more we got the corpse fighting each other. Don't. I've got a luck.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed, but has something happened to my favorite... Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what... Oh, Alex. He was my dearest friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die? no! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you? You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or... That's... Well, that's just... Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. It's personal business, I'm afraid. I don't intend to be. It's just... Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's... It's fine. Really, it's perfect. Now, if you've nothing else, please... How do you do? What? All right. Whom else would I work for? That's a curious question. Permit here. I understand. And I would ask the same of you, but I suspect... Well, Indeed. An apprehension of this caliber would be true. Just a teensy one, the teensiest. Nothing to, lie awake worrying about for nights on end or anything. The thing is, I needed money. A lot of money. I might have pawned my official board seal to Gladys, the black market fancier on the Groundbreaker. I can't authorize the paperwork.
To give away something so important to you, it must have been...
I'll thank you not to question my motives, young miss. It's all... So you'll need to get my seal back from her. That's the long and short of it. You probably don't even know where Wells is. None of my... Law, what am I going to do now? Oh. You've... You absolutely... How do you do? What? I'm sorry? I'm quite certain I heard Wells. Phineas Wells. But you... It's always like this with you tramp freighter captains.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
RT greeting. Potential guidance unit. Beginning dispensing seat.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
Look, time to feed the flames.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but... You stumbled into my court without an invitation, neighbor from above. If you don't have any business... No one turns their back on me while I'm holding court. Get her, boys!
Pathetic! Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above.